Let's begin on our mats, laying on our backs or on your side if it's more comfortable. Let's let our legs flop out to the sides and our arms to our sides, palms face up. Start again. Start again. Hi there. Let's begin class on our mats in Shavasana. Make sure to find a comfy position on your back with your legs flopped out to the sides and your arms, palms facing up next to your body. Take a moment to make any small adjustments and make yourself more comfortable. Let's soften or close your eyes as we arrive to this moment, leaving anything else that's already happened today away from this practice. Let's take an inhale through the nose, breathing all the way up to the tippy top of the lungs, and a big exhale through the mouth, letting out all the old air, making room for new. Let's do that again. Take a big inhale through the nose. Take a pause and let it out through the mouth. Exhale. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Try and fill your lungs as much as you can and let it out through the mouth. Take 2 more deep inhales and exhales at your own pace. Go ahead and find and follow your natural breath. I want you to find an intention for this practice. Whether it is an intention of patience, perhaps an intention of being present in the moment, or finding inner peacefulness. Think of an intention that rings true to you for this practice. I want you to meet your body where it is today. Every day is different. If at any point you feel pain in any posture, come out of the pose. Keep following your natural breath. I want you to remember to listen to your body. You know your body better than anyone else. And to be kind to yourself. Let's take another inhale, deep inhale through the nose, filling your lungs all the way to the tippy tops. And take a big exhale through the mouth. One more inhale through the nose. And exhale. Just let it out. We're going to start and bring some awareness into the here and now. Start wiggling your fingers and toes. Slowly begin making small movements through your body. Just take a deep or big long stretch, pointing your feet, raising your arms above, and taking a big morning stretch. Find length. And release. Go ahead and take a big squeeze and hug your knees. Think about the gratitude you give yourself and grace of just showing up to your mat. Go ahead and let go. You can roll to the side. Find a way to an easy seat. Do crisscross applesauce, half lotus, lotus. As you get into your easy seat, find your sit bones can shift around a little bit so you can ground into your body. Let's start with some side stretching. Get us started. Let's take your left palm to the mat. Put your right palm face up to the sky. And do a big stretching. You can go as far over, you can bend into your left arm as you want. And bring it back down. Push it down, palm down. Let's take a few more at your own pace. You can try and match your breath to the body to connect the body to the breath. By inhales, pull it up. Exhales, push it down. You can go at your own pace or you can match my pace. When your right arm hits the mat, drop it down. Now be your grounding arm, and we'll do our left side stretches. So take your left palm, face to the air. Inhale. Flip the palm and push it down. Exhale. You can follow my pace or move to your own breath. I want to thank you for joining me in this practice of yoga. Remember, you can do this at your own pace. You can go really slow and controlled, or you can go faster. Let's take one more. Very nice. Okay, go ahead, adjust yourself, make sure you're grounded. Let's do a couple shoulder shrugs to warm up our shoulders even more so. Inhale and exhale. Do this to your own pace. Trying to connect our breath and our body. Very good. Now let's move to head rolls. So we're going to slowly circular motions with our head and neck. Slowly go into one direction, maybe pausing at each shoulder, feeling a stretch. If you want more of a stretch, when your ear hits your right side, you can point out your left arm and hit your right or left shoulder, point out your opposite arm. Now it's reverse in the other direction. I don't know about you, but I feel very tight in my neck from having my head down to the computer screen all day. Come back to center. Now let's swing our legs around to tabletop, and we'll do some cat-cows. Make sure, untuck your toes and bring your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. Now on an inhale, we're gonna lift up to cow. And exhale, pull in and lift your spine to cat. Find that flow of inhales and exhales. Make sure to just take it at your own pace. See if you can move with your breath. Let's take one more round. Now let's widen our knees and bring our toes together. Bring our hips back to child's pose, extended child's pose. Stretch your arms overhead and bring your head down to the ground or to a blocker blanket. And take some deep breaths here. If you have tight hips, you can lessen where your knees are. If you have any ankle problems, you can put, or sensitivity, you can put a blanket under your feet. This is a really nice hip opener. Now also, for me, I feel nice stretch in my arms and back. Just follow your breath. Let's bring our hands under our shoulders and slowly roll up. And let's make our way to downward dog. Stretch and bring your hips to the air. Make sure to keep your biceps near your ears, and you can bend and pedal into your dog or walk your dog. Start feeling the pose. You can move your hips back and side to side, back and forth. Now let's look to the top of our mat and slowly walk our feet to the top of our mat. Stand in mountain pose. Bring your hips or feet hips distance apart. Grow tall. Roll your shoulders back. Hands face the front. Grow tall through the top of your spine and crown of your head. Take a few moments and just feel the pose. next inhale, let's bring our hands up to the sky. Palms face together. Bring your palms together. You can cross your fingers. And we're going to do some side stretching to either side. So bring your feet together. Excuse me. Grow tall. And we're going to stretch and start leaning to our right side. Make sure to keep your palms together and only go as far as down as you start feeling that stretch. You should be feeling it right here. I feel a little here, a little compression. So you don't have to go too far down, just enough to feel it. Try and breathe into those tight spots. Slowly activate your core, bring in your body to neutral, and let's go to the left, to the other side. Keeping our hands together. Activate your knees. This helps ground your lower half of the body. Make sure to keep your core engaged. It protects your spine. Just breathe into the pose. Bring it back to neutral. And go back to the right side. Don't forget to breathe. Bring back your neutral to the left side. Remember to engage that core. Activate those knees. Bring it back to neutral. Let's bring your arms down, back to mountain. Just take a couple moments here. Grounding down. Shoulders up and back. Just follow your breath. We're going to start doing some salutation Bs. I believe they're Bs. Let's start in mountain pose, the top of your mats. Swoop our arms up ahead for extended mountain. Palms face each other. Take a little slight back bend. On an exhale, swoop your arms down for forward fold, putting a slight bend at your knees. On your next inhale, do a halfway lift, hands on your shins, elongate your spine. On your next exhale, fold back over your knees, plant your hands and palms to the mat, and take a step back or jump back to plank. Keeping your whole body activated, long line of energy from your feet to the top of your head. Bring your shoulders up and forward, and we're going to go down to chaturanga. Bringing your elbows into your ribs and go down. Unfold your feet and push up with your hands to cobra. Making sure to activate your glutes, legs, and feet and push up. Our next exhale, bring your hips up, sit back, and push up to downward dog. Very good. Let's take a moment here and reconnect. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Hands are about same distance apart. Now look to the top of your mat and step or jump forward for halfway lift. Hands on shins, straighten your back. Fold over. And on your next inhale, bring your arms up and let's rise to upward or to extended mountain pose. Palms face each other. Bring your hands together, down to heart center. Let's take another moment to breathe. We'll do another round. You can go at your own pace, whatever feels comfortable for you. So on your next inhale, let's bring our arms, sweep our arms to the sky, palms together. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant to plank. Roll those shoulders forward. Exhale, take chaturanga. Inhale, push up to cobra or upward dog. Your next exhale, downward dog. Hips to the air, to the sky. Let's take 5 breaths here. Remember, you can still walk out your dog and make any movements. When you're ready, you can look and walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat. And halfway lift. Forward fold, spill over your legs. Put a slight bend in your knees. Let's slowly, on our next inhale, rise to the sky. Extended mountain. Bring your hands together and bring them to heart center. Take a couple breaths here. We're going to do another round, and it's going to be at your own pace, and we'll all meet back here at heart center. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and take your next inhale, swoop your arms up, and I'll meet you back here. Take a moment, gather your breath. Very good. Let's bring our hands to our hips, and we're going to take a big giant step back with our left foot and position ourselves for warrior 2. So bring your arms extended out. Make sure you have your left knee over your left ankle. Activate your knee, your right knee. And you can feel this pose. It's a nice strong pose. So I want you to look over your left hand to your middle finger. But if your neck is feeling a little tight today, you can keep your gaze neutral. Let's take a couple moments in this pose. Make sure your left knee is not falling in and you're keeping it strong. Very good. Let's do reverse warrior. So flip your left palm. You can bring your right palm or your right palm to your right knee, or you can take a bind and bring it behind your back. Rising your left palm up into the sky, making sure you're keeping that bend in that front knee. You can look at your palm, or keep your gaze neutral, of course. Breathe into the pose. Very good. Let's release the pose slowly. Go back to warrior 2 and extend your legs facing both forward and take a star pose. As we go to the next side, let's rotate your foot, bring a bend to warrior 2. Remember to keep your knee in line with your ankle and make sure it's a strong leg. Activate your left knee. If you have, if you want, you can even bring your toes facing in just a little bit. Keep your arms strong, your torso center, and take your gaze to your right middle finger, or keep your gaze neutral. And breathe in this pose. It's a strong pose, but I know you can do it. Find your breath. Let's go into reverse warrior. Let's rotate and flip our right palm. Put your left hand on knee or behind your back, and rise your arm up to the sky. Make sure to keep that right knee bent and your left knee activated. Take a couple more breaths and breathe into it. Great job. Let's rotate our arms back to warrior 2. Take star pose. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a forward fold. I want you to keep your heels, the weight into your heels. So what we're going to do, you can bring your arms down in front of you or to the side. We're going to hinge forward. You can put your hands on your hip. That's probably a better idea. Put your hands on your hips and forward fold, hinging from your hips. Relax your neck and head, and you can place your hands on the mat. Try and shift your weight into the front of your feet and your hands. Keeping your elbows in. Roll them in. Now you can take a wider stance, which will bring you closer to the floor, or you can lessen your stance if you need to. Listen to your body. On your next inhale, bring your hands to your hips and slowly activate your core and your legs. And come back to star. Wiggle your feet in or slowly walk them in, however feels good. Back to mountain pose. So we're going to do a balancing pose called tree pose. So I want you to ground into your mat and your lower half of your body, activating your legs. Make sure to find your balance. Put your hands on your hips And we're going to start with our left leg coming up, and our left foot is going to be the trunk of our tree. So grab the heel of your foot with your right foot, or with your right hand even. And you can either place it here if you feel a little unsteady, or you can use a wall or a table. You can place it on your calf, or if you're feeling even more flexible and less wiggle, or steady, you can bring it all the way up. Make sure to keep your trunk of your tree face forward. Grow tall. I'm even feeling a little wobbly today. I'm going to go back to my calf. And find a focal point. Find something in front of you that's not moving that you can focus on. Make sure to keep your knee out. This is a good hip opener as well. If you want a little bit more challenge with balance, you can bring your arms up to the air, into the sky. These are your branches. You can make them as wide. You can do cactus arms if you wanted to. You can take a mudra. You can do hands to heart. Find where you are today. Following your breath. Maybe pretend your breath is the wind through the trees and follow it. If you come out of the pose, it's okay. Go ahead and try and get right back in. Very good. Slowly bring our foot back down to the mat. Walk it out a little bit as we move to our right side. So remember, let's keep our trunk strong and engaged. Engaged in your knee. Make sure all four corners of your foot are on the ground. So both sides of your toes, both sides of your heels. And take your time getting your balance. Some days are better than others with balance. And every day is different, and it's okay. So grow tall. Decide where you want to go today. I'm going to stick with my calf. See, I'm wobbling. Remember, bring your hands to heart center. Extend your arms for big branches in a tall tree. Don't forget, you can use something to get balance. You can always come back in. These balance poses are great for concentration. They're great for strength and for balance. Now, after you've held this pose for a little bit, you might feel a little bit more steady, so you can move your foot if you want. Or then you can extend your arms. You can even close your eyes. Remembering to follow your breath and keep that focal point. Very nice. Let's slowly bring ourselves out of our trees and wiggle it out. Okay, we're going to do a version of a standing half lotus. Or I've seen it as like a number 4, or there's different names for it. But I've seen this pose and I thought it was neat. I like these poses. So we're going to start with our right side. We're going to ground into our left. Now what we're going to do is I want you to put your hands on your hips, or if you need help, you can use your hand to cross your knee or your foot ankle over your left knee. So whatever feels good. So we can start here. Remember, you can still use a wall. Okay? And so what we're going to do, after you get the balance, let's see if you can bend your left knee and sit into it a little bit. keep your hands at heart center. See how far down you can go. I feel a little shaky, and that's okay. Just go slow. Find your focal point. You can even, if you have a block nearby, you can use the block for a little assistance. You can always use a prop. Come back tall. Keep trying. If you come out of it and feel wobbly, just try again. Make sure just to keep your upper body like a straight alignment. Still feel like you're growing tall. Very good. Slowly bring your foot down and shake it out. I can feel it as we go to our other side. Remember to ground down in your right foot, finding all those four corners. And take it slow. I'm sure some can just go up and over. If you have to really balance yourself, that's okay. We are not in a rush here. So bring your left ankle to your right knee. I'm taking a little bend in my right knee. Hands to heart, hands to hips, hands to your block. Keep your arch, or keep your spine tall. Find that focal point. See how far down you can go. Feeling wobbly like I am right now, it's okay. Just take a deep breath. And concentrate and breathe. Notice if one side feels different from the other. I usually tend to have a side that's a little bit better for balancing poses, and I think it's my other side. All right, let's bring it down. Great job. Good concentration and balance. All right, let's go to mountain pose and just take a moment to ground back down. I'm going to challenge you to either do the tree pose again on either side, or that last pose we did, the half standing lotus pose. So we're going to start on our right side. So our left will be our grounding one. So if you're deciding to do tree, or if you're deciding to do the half lotus, let's get into position. So let's ground down into our right side of our body. Let's activate our body. Pull your knee up. And then let's decide what we're going to do with this right leg. We're going to bring it to our calf. We're going to bring it to our knee. Decide on your pose and what you want to work on. I've heard many times the poses we find more challenging are usually the ones we need to do. So this one seems a little more challenging for me. So I'm going to work on it. Find the point where you want to focus on, your focal point. Try and concentrate and take your breaths. Follow your breaths. I'm even feeling a little shaky. I don't know about you. All this balancing. Very good. Let's go ahead and slowly come out. Block it out. Let's move to our left side, bring it up, but our right side will be our foundation pose. So go ahead and do the other side of the pose you chose, whether it's tree or the half lotus, the standing half lotus. So let's ground into your right side of your body, feeling grounded. Lift up in your knee to activate. And let's bring your ankle to either one of the parts of the tree or to the top of your knee. Remember to find your focal point and breathe. Every day is different. There are going to be some days where you are a rock star and other days where you're just like, what is going on? And that is normal and okay. That's the beauty of it. It's okay. Listen to where your body is today. I know, I'm just proud of you for showing up. And you should be proud of you too. Very good. Let's go ahead and come back out of the pose. Shake it out, shake it out. Whew. Okay, so I want to, let's see, let's go to the top of our mats in mountain pose. Bring our arms up to the air for extended mountain. We're going to fold over on our next exhale. Plant the hands, and you can walk your feet to down dog, downward facing dog. Stretch it out. See if this feels any different than the first couple rounds of downward dog. Let's drop our feet to the mat, knees to the mat. Untuck your feet. I want you to widen your knees, bring your toes together, and sit back for child's pose. And just take and gather your breath. You can also take like the tucked version of child's pose with bringing your knees together. You can ball up. This feels more comfortable. Bring your top of your head or your forehead to the mat. And take your hands and rotate them and come back out and just lay them on the ground in a little ball. Go ahead and take a couple moments here. While you're here, following your breath, I want you to express gratitude to yourself for your body today and how it helps you do yoga. Be kind to yourself and your body. Just keep following that inhales and exhales in and out of your body. Now, I want you to slowly rise up, put your hands on the mat, and swing your feet out and around. We're going to take it down. We're going to start to cool down. So slowly make your way to laying back, and you can extend your feet forward. What I want you to do is bring your feet together, feet flexed, and bring your right knee in. Clasp your hands, and up and around to your side. So not to your stomach, but just to the side of your body, and pull it in. Your right foot can be relaxed. Keep your shoulders on the mat. And just come back to your natural breath. You can even relax your eyes during these poses on the mat. Whatever feels good to you. When you're ready, bring your right foot back to the mat and bring your left foot in, hugging your knee with your clasped hands into the side of your body, side of your chest, side of your ribs. Keep that right foot engaged and flexed. You can let your left foot dangle or hang. Just be relaxed. Keep your gaze neutral and shoulders on the mat. Just follow your natural breath. When you're ready, let's go ahead and release our left knee to the mat. And let's hug both knees in. And give yourself a big hug. You can even roll side to side and massage your spine. Give a little massage. Try to make sure your shoulders are still on the mat. And keep your neck relaxed. And when you're ready, we're going to take Happy Baby. So get your peace fingers ready and widen your legs, your knees. Bring your tops of your bottoms, your feet to the sky, and wrap your fingers around your big toes. And what I want you to do is to pull with your knees down to the earth, but keep pushing up with your legs. This helps get the lower of your back onto the mat. So still keep your body engaged through this. Keep following your natural breath. And if you need to make movements or stretch out a leg, you can alternate stretching out a leg. You can still move if you need to move. Listen to your body and think about what it needs or feel what it needs. This is your practice. Good job. Bring your legs together. Bring your feet to the mat. Extend your left leg. We're going to do a laying down twist. I think they're called supine twists. So bring your right knee in and hold it with your left. Bring your right arm out to a T. And I want you to twist that knee over to your left side. You can keep holding on to it. You can straighten it and just let it turn. Like that made me go further over and it helped crack my back. So you can take either variation. Keep your gaze to your right hand that's on the floor, or if it's too much, keep your gaze neutral. You can rest your eyes. It feels so nice. You might be able to stretch even further as the pose goes on. When you're ready, bring your gaze neutral. And bring your legs back. Bring your back on the mat. Bring your right foot down. Switch feet, switch sides. Extend your right foot. Bring your left knee in. Hold your left knee with your right arm. Bring it over. Bring your right or your left arm out to a T. You can keep your gaze neutral, or you can look over at your left hand. Remember, you can stretch out your leg if you want to really feel more of a twist, whatever feels comfortable to you. Just follow your natural breath. See if you can let your body just relax into the pose. So nice. Let's bring our gaze back to neutral. Bring our body back onto the mat. Bring both feet down. Do one last hug. Make any last movements you feel like your body needs. You can stay here. You can do a nice stretch. You can bring your toes to your feet. You can straighten your legs. Take the next couple moments and make a couple more movements before we go down to our mats for final rest. When you're ready, make your way down to your mat in corpse pose, laying on your back. Let your feet flop out to the sides, a little bit as wide as your mat, a little bit wider, whatever feels comfortable. Bring your arms to the side, palms up. If it's more comfortable, you can lay on your side. Just make little adjustments. Make sure that you're able to relax fully into your mat. Close your eyes. Let's take one last deep inhale through the nose. Filling your lungs, taking a pause at the top. And last exhale through the mouth. Find your natural breath and come back to your intention for the practice. Your body worked so very hard. So now is your chance for your body, your mind to take a rest. Just let go. If you have any thoughts that arrive, acknowledge them and let them go. Start making some small movements in the fingers and toes. Start making small movements as we bring awareness back into the body and mind. And take another deep, big stretch, stretching your legs out, pointing your toes, arms overhead. Take a nice stretch. Waking the body a little bit more. Bring your knees into chest for another hug. Squeeze it in. You can bring your head to your knees. Let's roll to one side and take a pause here. I want you to thank yourself for showing up to your mat. I want you to believe in yourself as I believe in you. You are worth it and you are loved. Let's go ahead to seated position slowly. You can do an easy seat, crisscross applesauce, half lotus or lotus. Once you get situated, let's bring our hands to heart center. Keep your eyes soft, or you can keep them closed. I want to thank you so very much for showing up, being a part of this class. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you.